All right, so today I'm just doing a quick update on Warhammer 40,000. Now, if you're not familiar with this, it's basically a glorified board game. It's kind of like a Dungeons and Dragons, but it's a massive strategy game. I was actually playing Risk with my kids recently, and it's kind of like that, right? Like you siege other territories, and they build these little characters, and they paint them, and everybody, people end up having dozens or hundreds of these characters on one of these huge boards, and you can make it as elaborate as you want to. But it's a pretty cool game. The lore, I think, is what's so interesting about Warhammer. The lore is really, really deep. This is something that's been fleshed out for many, many years, and it's been around for a long time. Let's actually look it up. How long has Warhammer? How long has Warhammer been around? Since 1983. First edition was released by Games Workshop. Yeah, that's cool. So it's been around for a very long time. And one of the pretty big stars in recent cinema and in recent television, Henry Cavill, is really into the game. He's got his own boards. He's got his own little characters and players. And he really enjoys it. So I thought this would be kind of interesting because Henry Cavill has been talking about making a Warhammer series for a while now and talking about his love for Warhammer. And look, a lot of shows have been really ruined by woke mind virus. Look at Lord of the Rings, Rings of Disappointment. That show was clearly destroyed by people that didn't love the source material, right? Didn't love Tolkien's universe, which was one of the best ever created. And they didn't do justice to it because they wanted to push their own agendas and diversity into a show where we're on a different planet, like a different Earth. Like Middle Earth is not, they're not in the US, baby. Like this ain't the same place. So stop trying to push the same bowl that you're pushing in America and all over the world, right? So they just couldn't separate the story from the art. I talked about this in my last video. Like, just separate them, okay? It's just a movie. Not everybody has to be represented in the movie. It's just not reality, okay? Especially not in the universe that Tolkien developed. Anyway, rant over. The point is that Warhammer, I think, has a legitimate chance to be good at this point. So many franchises have been ruined by Disney, by the woke mind virus in Disney, and even things that Henry Cavill have been in, like The Witcher, of which he left because after season 1 they decided to go woke and they ruined the show completely. But we know if you go woke, you go broke. And I'm not just ranting about the wokeness, but look, that's why everybody's afraid to make this show. Because Warhammer is a super dark, gritty. This is the newest video game if you're not familiar. It's super dark, it's super gritty. The lore is very intense. It's obviously gory. If they make this, it's going to be definitely rated R. But it could be super interesting, and it could be cool to see somebody like Henry Cavill do justice to a series that deserves the source material to stay faithful. I mean, look at this. This is cool. This could look really cool on screen. Now, they're going to need a couple things. They're going to need a little bit of luck, and they're going to need a lot of money to make this. I mean, look at how detailed these environments are. But I think with Henry Cavill as executive producer and definitely starring in this, I think they have a chance to get a lot of money. And obviously Amazon is flushed with cash. So this series will be expensive. If it's good, I want it to pay off for them. There's no information yet. This might be the information on it on IMDb. But when I put in, Warhammer 40,000, you just get the video games. They did make a movie, I think in 2010, which was not very good, I don't think. Ultimate Warhammer movie. Oh, this looks animated. Okay. Ultramarines. So look, that's kind of the news. It's skimpy, but it's interesting. I think Henry Cavill's the right guy to do it because he's a mega fan. He's been playing it for many, many years, and he's executive producing. This is the biggest part right here. This guy's putting his own money on the line, so he's not going to allow it to be crap. That's my opinion. That's, if I was putting my money on the line, I would have a very strong say in what happened. So That's what I think is going on. That would be my guess. I'm going to be updating this as updates come out. Make sure you subscribe on Rumble, hit that like button, or wherever you're watching. You could subscribe on YouTube as well. But Rumble's where I do all my live streams. Make Movies Great Again podcast just came out last week. We're doing our second episode live this Friday, only live on Rumble. So make sure you subscribe there, and make sure you check out the channel. We do new videos nearly daily. And I'll also be on Tim Pool's podcast this week. So stay in touch, subscribe. Lots of cool stuff happening, and excited to share it all with you as it rolls out in 2025. But let me know what you think of this. Drop a comment down below, hit the like button, and we will see you in the next video.